You turned me down and now it's showing. And 2 months you replaced us.
Selena's lyrics was so accurate about their relationship.
2 seconds without you's like 2 months, and that's too much. I'm into you. Oh no, the things. We keep changing. We keep changing.
'Cause you got that James Dean daydream look in your eye, and I got.
You guys, we need to talk about the drama surrounding Selena Gomez's new song. Seriously, the timing of this release couldn't be crazier. People are already speculating that it might be about Justin Bieber, while others believe Selena is actually talking about herself and her own past. And to make things even more intense, Hailey Bieber's viral 7-part TikTok series has just exploded online, which means all 3 names, Selena, Justin, and Hailey, are trending at the same time. The song in question is called How Does It Feel to Be Forgotten? From Selena's latest album, I Said I Love You First, a collaboration with Benny Blanco. Since it dropped, fans have been dissecting every single lyric, trying to figure out who, or what, Selena is really singing about. Lines like, I sip it in the way he likes, how does it feel to be forgotten, are sparking massive debates, and honestly, it's impossible to scroll through social media without seeing someone analyzing them. What makes this even more intriguing is that Benny Blanco, who co-created the album with Selena, used to be extremely close with Justin. So the fact that this song exists and is raising eyebrows now has fans wondering about everything: the lyrics, the past relationships, the timing, and even the history between the people involved. The song that's sending fans into a frenzy is How Does It Feel to Be Forgotten? And honestly, the lyrics are giving everyone so much to talk about. Right from the start, Selena paints a vivid picture. I sip it in the way he likes. Ruby red, locking eyes, lipstick kisses with no ice on the edge. Paradise. Every line feels personal, intimate, and just a little pointed, which is exactly why people can't stop speculating. Then comes the chorus, repeating the question, how does it feel to be forgotten? Over and over. Fans immediately connected this to past drama, relationships, and public moments that everyone remembers. Some people are saying it's obviously about Justin, pointing to lines like, you walked in big-ass grin, talking like we're friends. Honey, what were you thinking? They're reading it as a bold call-out, a subtle jab at embarrassing behavior, or maybe even a critique of someone who hurt her in the past. And given Selena's history of being careful with what she shares, this level of vulnerability and directness feels shocking to some fans. At the same time, there's a huge amount of attention on the way Selena phrased it. The lyrics are specific enough to feel real, but vague enough that anyone could interpret them differently. People online are dissecting every phrase, matching them with past appearances, interviews, and paparazzi moments. Social media exploded with theories, and TikTok especially is full of clips of fans pointing out the connections, debating whether Selena is calling someone out or simply reflecting on her own growth. The most interesting part, even the collaborators are in the spotlight. Benny Blanco, who co-wrote the song, has his own history in the music industry with Justin. That adds another layer to the drama, making fans wonder if the song was just a personal reflection or if there's a bit of intentional shade in there. And yet, not everyone is convinced this is about someone else at all. Some listeners are saying Selena might actually be talking to her past self, exploring the process of healing and moving on from old versions of herself. But we'll get into that theory next, and it might change the way you hear the song completely. For a lot of fans, there's no question. Selena is finally speaking her truth, and some believe this song is a full-on call-out. TikTok and Instagram are filled with clips and comments saying things like, finally, Selena isn't holding back. Or, this is her first real moment of saying what she's really thinking. After years of vague hints and cryptic messages, people are loving the idea that she's being bold and unapologetic here. Lines like, he loves me, I love him, look at you, just look at you now, you're so embarrassing, go cry when no one's watching, are being dissected by fans as direct digs. Many point to Justin's past public appearances, times he's looked awkward, worn questionable outfits, or had paparazzi capturing unflattering moments, and connect them with Selena's lyrics. To some, it feels like she's saying, "I'm done pretending none of that happened, and now I'm standing strong." The energy online is electric because this feels different from the usual post-breakup music. Selena isn't just reflecting on heartbreak or moving on. Fans think this is her speaking out in a very deliberate way. The combination of emotional honesty, striking lyrics, and timing makes it feel like a statement that's been waiting for the right moment. What's even more captivating is that this theory isn't just about drama. It's about empowerment. Fans who support Selena interpret it as her finally reclaiming her narrative, showing that she doesn't need to tiptoe around anyone anymore. And that's part of why the conversation is blowing up. People are hungry for her voice, her perspective, and the subtle confidence she's displaying in this song. But as powerful as this call-out theory is, not everyone agrees. There's a completely different interpretation that suggests Selena isn't talking about someone else at all. Some listeners feel the song is about her own past self, a reflection on who she was before finding peace and love again. That theory gives the lyrics an entirely different emotional weight, and it's one that hits deep for a lot of fans. While some fans are convinced Selena is calling someone out, others see "How does it feel to be forgotten?" as a deeply personal reflection. According to this interpretation, she's not singing about anyone else. She's singing to her past self. The idea is that these lyrics capture a moment of growth, where she's letting go of old versions of herself in order to embrace who she is today. Lines like, "I know it must be difficult, I know that it's not what you thought," are being read as messages of compassion toward herself, almost like a conversation between the woman she was and the woman she has become. Fans point out that Selena's journey over the past few years has been full of change, new relationships, personal struggles, and stepping away from certain parts of her life. This lens turns the song into a story of healing and self-acceptance rather than drama aimed at someone else. What makes this theory so compelling is how relatable it feels. Everyone has moments they wish they could revisit or old versions of themselves they've outgrown. The idea that Selena might be using music to reflect on her own evolution resonates with fans who have followed her through highs, lows, and everything in between. Social media is full of comments like, "She's finally speaking to herself, and it's beautiful," showing that this interpretation hits an emotional chord. Even the collaboration with Benny Blanco takes on a different light here. Instead of being seen as a pointed jab at Justin or past friendships, it can also be interpreted as a creative partnership that helped Selena express her journey and emotions. Benny's influence, combined with Selena's vulnerability, creates a soundscape that's intimate and introspective, which makes this self-reflection theory feel very plausible. Of course, not everyone agrees with this interpretation, and that's part of what makes the discussion so fascinating. The same lyrics can spark debates about personal growth or public callouts, which keeps the conversation alive and fans engaged. And speaking of collaborations, there's another layer to the drama involving Benny Blanco's history with Justin Bieber. Part of what's making this song so talked about is Benny Blanco's involvement. On the surface, it's just a collaboration, Selena and Benny creating music together. But the backstory adds a layer that fans can't ignore. Benny and Justin Bieber used to be extremely close, working on music together and even sharing a friendship outside the studio. Knowing that history, the fact that Benny is now co-writing and producing a song that some believe takes subtle digs at Justin, is enough to make fans raise their eyebrows. People online have been pointing out that it feels a little complicated. Imagine the dynamics. Benny was once a close collaborator with Justin, and now he's helping Selena deliver lyrics that fans interpret as a critique of him. Some even call it petty, while others see it as a natural outcome of life moving on and creative partnerships evolving. Either way, it adds fuel to speculation because it touches on loyalty, old friendships, and emotional timing. Then there's the small but noteworthy detail that Justin recently unfollowed Benny on social media. While unfollowing can happen for countless reasons, fans couldn't help but connect the dots and wonder if there's tension simmering under the surface. Combine that with the song's lyrics, and suddenly the collaboration feels like it carries extra significance. It's the kind of detail that social media loves because it lets people weave a story about hidden drama and relationships behind the scenes. Even if the song isn't a direct call-out, Benny's history with Justin intensifies every fan theory. Was this intentional? Was it coincidence? That's impossible to say, but it's clear that fans are reading into the connections, the timing, and the personal histories of everyone involved. And speaking of timing, this is where the story gets even more fascinating. Timing is everything in the world of pop culture, and Selena Gomez's song drop couldn't have come at a more explosive moment. Just as How Does It Feel to Be Forgotten hit streaming platforms, Hailey Bieber's 7-part TikTok series went viral, putting her in the headlines like never before. That means Selena, Justin, and Hailey are all trending at the same time, and fans can't stop drawing connections between every public action and lyric. The coincidence has fans reading deeply into everything, from the lyrics to social media posts to the timing of collaborations. Some people are convinced it's intentional, even though album releases are planned months in advance. The release schedule, combined with real-time viral content, has created what feels like a perfect storm for fan theories and online debates. People are asking, did Selena plan this timing? Or is it pure coincidence that it dropped while the Hailey-Justin conversation is dominating social media? Fans are dissecting the way every element aligns. Hailey's viral clips brought Justin back into the spotlight in a way that naturally overlaps with Selena's song themes. Lines like, "How does it feel to be forgotten?" are suddenly given extra weight when paired with the ongoing drama. It makes the song feel more pointed, even if it wasn't meant that way. And social media thrives on these moments. Once fans connect the dots, the conversation snowballs, creating more engagement, more speculation, and more headlines. At the same time, timing adds another layer of emotional complexity. Some people read the song as a bold statement, others as reflective or healing. The viral context amplifies every interpretation, turning a single song into a cultural talking point overnight. It's a reminder of how powerful perception can be, especially when 3 major public figures are involved. While fans have been spinning theories left and right, Selena Gomez herself has weighed in on how her album should be interpreted. In a recent conversation with Spotify, she made it clear that the meaning of her songs is ultimately up to the audience, and she wanted to address potential assumptions before they got out of hand. Selena explained that most of the album isn't about any one person specifically. Instead, it draws from her life experiences, past relationships, friendships, and the transitions she's gone through over the years. She talked about losing people, gaining new people, and evolving in ways that changed her outlook. Every track is inspired by real emotions and events, but the interpretation is open-ended. What fans think they hear might not always match her intention, and she's completely okay with that. This perspective reframes the song entirely. Instead of being a direct critique of someone else, it could be a reflection on personal growth or the dynamics of friendships and relationships over time. Selena emphasized that giving songs to fans is always a bit like letting go. Once a song is out in the world, it takes on its own life, and people will attach meanings that resonate with them. That's part of the beauty of music, she said. Her comments also hint at the emotional honesty behind the album. She isn't hiding from her past, but she's also not aiming to publicly call anyone out. She's exploring life's ups and downs, and fans get to interpret her story in ways that make sense to them. It's a reminder that what seems like drama online can sometimes be an entirely different story in real life. Even with Selena's explanation, the story didn't end. Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber added their own layers to the conversation, whether intentionally or not. Fans noticed that Justin posted an old caption from Hailey back in 2019 writing, "Still relevant, boo," on his Instagram story. Hailey then reposted it, which only fueled speculation about whether this was a subtle clapback or just a coincidence. Social media immediately lit up, dissecting the posts for hidden meanings. Justin also shared a series of posts about forgiveness, highlighting phrases like, "Forgiveness is for everyone. Forgiveness is for the forgotten. Forgiveness is for him." Some fans interpreted this as him addressing the ongoing drama between himself, Selena, and the public attention around their history. Others thought it was more general, a personal reflection on letting go and moving on. Either way, people were analyzing every word, seeing connections where there might not have been any. So, what do you think? Is Selena finally speaking her truth about the past, sending a bold message about someone else? Or is this song her way of processing and saying goodbye to her old self? The answer might be different for every listener, and that's what makes this moment so fascinating